Friday. Welcome, guys. We have some special guests today. We are joined by, please introduce yourself, Mr. Genius.
Oh, come on, man. Why did you start like that, man? I thought I was going to be slow.
I'm just giving you some flowers after some things I've seen today.
Okay, you know what? You start like that, I'll answer it like that. The one and only, the number one in the whole United Worlds and the universe, Mr. Ozzy, Coach to Golubkov.
Next to him is the man that went up a weight class, secured the pirate treasure, took the O, and a bit of his identity. He is the captain now, Mr. Michael Venom Page. And then we have the man, the legend. People are heartbroken, but this is not the end. He will rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Mr. Israel, the last Stylebender, Adesanya.
Yeah.
And to his left is Hassan.
Did you do it with that?
Introduce yourself.
He kept you in suspense.
No, I'm Jamal. What's going on?
Oh, the sexy voice. Okay. Come now.
Oh, Jamal.
All right, Barry Lowe.
Let's touch on, Mike came out, did his thing, and then after, Izzy came out to fight Nasruddin Imavov. Let's talk about the training camp that you had and how you feel your training camp went. And then fight week, and we'll touch on the fight.
So for me, this camp was like maybe 20 weeks, I'd say, 16, 20 weeks, and in different blocks. And I'm not 26, 25 anymore. I'm 35, gonna be 36 in July. So the last maybe, like I said, year, I've been eating, I got a chef now who makes me whole meals. Before, bro, if I tell you guys how, like, my rise, like, I work hard. I work hard. For example, I never had breakfast, and I just have Uber Eats or like anything, and I became a champion off just like whatever I wanted to do because I was that talented and skilled. But it gets to a point where, hard work, talent isn't enough. You need the extra step. Yeah. So now I started to get older. I realized my body's not metabolizing certain things or working the way it used to work, and you have to respect Father Time. Yeah. So I decided to start getting my boy Matt, a longtime friend of mine who is a great chef. I asked him to help me, and he decided to help me be my chef. So he makes me breakfast now. I actually eat whole meals, and I've been doing my recovery, like my ice baths, my physiotherapy, my chiro, massage every week. This camp, honestly, man, best I've felt in a long time. And Eugene even giving me that speech at the after the dinner after the weigh-ins. He actually acknowledged me in front of my teammates and friends and family. I felt like I appreciate that. They were really happy. And again, I felt good in there, man. That first round, wow.
How was your sparring in training camp?
I like to watch. So all my teammates, man, they know like you know how it is when you have teammates. They know like what you're gonna do. They know your A, B, or C. So what I do now, the last maybe 3 camps or 2 camps, I'll go home. He tapes the sparring. I watch the sparring and I see, okay, with Loss, I'm gonna do this. Okay, with Kevin, I'm gonna do this because now they know, and I game plan for my teammates now because they know me. They know what I like to do. Like my lateral drop, they know it's coming. If I get over under, so now I have to switch it up. And I had some of the best sparrings I've had ever. My last sparring was the best sparring this camp. My last spider, which is a crazy workout you've seen in New Jersey, was the best spider this camp. Like I fucking killed it. Even the way when Volk said on the YouTube, like that's the best I've ever seen him do. He wasn't lying. And I fucking felt good. So going into the fight, I was very confident. I just knew like, I'm winding back the clock. And it was.
Saily is a new eSIM service app brought to you by Nord Security. Choose from several affordable eSIM plans that's growing in a number of countries and regions. With a Saily eSIM, you'll always have a connection when needed. Just touch back down home. And while I was away, my data plan was ridiculous. I couldn't even get data in Saudi Arabia with my regular provider. So shout out to Saily because I actually got Saily. And look, I still even have data left. Yeah, I got plenty more to go. I barely even scratched the surface. So it's more bang for your buck. My regular provider charged me $54 for 200 megabytes, and I had to do that 4 times. Before, I realized, oh, that's right, I have Saily. So yeah, saved my life. With Saily, a eSIM can be installed only once, eliminating the need for users to install a new eSIM for each country. Yeah, it cuts down the price. Like I said, 200 megabytes for $54, and I did that 4 times. So you know, with Saily, you slash the prices on the roaming fees completely. Yeah, so Saily is available in over 180 countries. They have 24/7 support, real people, real service. And you get a full refund if your device isn't eSIM compatible. Get an exclusive 15% discount on eSIM data plans. Download the Saily app and use the code Stylebender at the checkout, or you can scan the QR code on the screen right now and get started today.
Can you just touch on the sparring with Whittaker?
Yeah. Oh, bro, that was beautiful.
Please.
It was like, again, like kind of like today, no ego.
Yeah.
I'm glad he came through and then just like we shared energy, we shared skills, and just played around and had fun.
Technically, how was it? Because obviously you shared a lot of time in the cage together. How was that different from sparring?
Since that we weren't trying to kill each other, it was different. And again, I could see flashes of like the blitz. His 1-2 was fucking fast. He still got it.
Oh, I love watching
just like,
And that head kick after as well.
But like there was one point where he was pulling the punches because you know we're sparring with the MMA sparring and stuff, and it was just again, I could see like this is gonna be a problem if it catches you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nah, he was good, and just him being in the gym just kind of like
Good
elevated
energy.
the energy in the gym was awesome.
It's funny because like from the outside watching that, it seemed like it, and to see like you're kind of like you've gone to war, and then like you're friends now, and it was so cool to see, and you could tell that you both have that appreciation for each other. You know what I mean? Which is wicked.
He's
to
a
see.
cool dude. Like everyone says, you know, how can you hit Whittaker?
You
But
can't, man,
he's just a cool dude, and the fact that he even just pulled up, like in our house. So I'm gonna return the favor as well. Go over there sometime whenever he needs.
Was there any kind of like tricks or any kind of like things that you know that he shared that you didn't see coming, or that actually kind of changed
Bits and pieces. Like we shared ideas, but it was mainly in the grappling as well. Like he's a really good grappler. Really good.
That's something people sleep on, you know, because most people don't know that he
took Romero
grappled
down.
but he grappled for the Commonwealth Games in Australia and got gold.
That's right. Yeah.
And he was with the national team, and no one even knows
I
that.
think like it was I don't know if it was Commonwealth. Was it Commonwealth?
I think it might have been the Commonwealth. Maybe
right.
someone. It was, yeah.
So, yeah, Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Okay, it was.
But moving
wow.
on.
Yeah. Really, well, that's what people don't know.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
How did you feel going into fight week? And not just fight week, but a fight week where it was a fight that didn't have any bad blood. I mean, there was no trash talk back and forth. There was no...
Zuko. So, Avatar. You know, Zuko learned how to firebend off anger because he was just like, I have to restore my honor. I have to find the Avatar. And da-da-da-da. Then once he became friends with Aang, he couldn't firebend anymore because he didn't have that thing. So I used to, Jeff, who's my videographer who works with Zuck now, he used to, because he knew me, he's like, whenever you have beef with anyone like Costa or Raw back in the day or Alex, you fucking just have this different So I was fighting from a different place where I'm like, okay, cool. But now I'm in a place in my life now, and personally, where I've done like a lot of soul searching. I'm like, I don't need to fight from there anymore. My skills will speak for itself. So this fight, I was like, cool. I don't need to hate this guy. I don't need to have any like shit talk or anything like that. It's like, I respect you, you respect me. Let's throw hands. Let's go out there and show these people what's up, and let's see who's better. So I was in there and I was trying to kill him. You know, I was going for it, and I was, you know.
You look the best that me and Michael were talking about the other day. Like physically, like S&C wise, and your shape was the best I've ever seen. But
great.
how you came out and how explosive you looked, you could tell that your shots had a little bit more of a snap, a bit more explosive to it.
It was building, man. Because Eugene told me in the corner is okay. The end of that round, you were using more.
Talk
power.
about the round. Talk about the round.
Oh, the round was, bro. I was on. Like there was a point where we were in the clinch.
You saw the stats?
Oh wait, sorry.
no.
I have to. This is what I have to comment on. That's why I said I was so impressed by the double unders and how you pulled him up. The
Bro, that
strength was
first one,
insane.
my back was like,
Bro, you was almost
curved,
going down.
and he almost took me down. But I had the underhook.
Underhook,
Yeah.
you
And
just-
it was just like, and then boom.
boom, exploded.
And then
he
the
fell.
second one was he kind of fell into a shot, and I'm on the fence. And if you see the video, I look at Eugene, I hear above the butt. I'm like, oh, okay.
Whoop. Yeah.
I just pulled him up, and then we kind of got a little bit later into this sequence in the clinch, and I remember being so present and so lucid, like. Because that bit, when the second one, when I pulled him above the butt, he was squeezing, trying to take me down, and I just like whoop, and I was like, bro, I'm stronger than you.
You could see it when you got up though. When you got up, he was like,
Again,
that's not how
like what we talked about today.
Yes, you saw it.
I
The
felt it.
kryptonite.
Yeah, the
The
kryptonite.
kryptonite.
Don't tell
yes.
the secret. Don't tell the secret.
Nah, not yet. We don't sell it too cheap. We don't sell it too cheap.
Facts. But then, the bit in the clinch where I remember feeling so present, I was like, I'm gonna trip him. Whoop. And then he stopped the trip, and I was like, I'm not gonna move back. I'm gonna stay in the pocket. And then he kind of just disengaged, and I thought he was gonna attack, and I was gonna counter, but he disengaged, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I just knew like I was so present, I could handle this guy.
Yep.
And in the corner, Eugene told me, okay, go back to speed. You were trying to kill him in the end of that round. Go back to speed. So then I went back to speed, and then my plan was like round 3. Or even later in round 2, then I'll put the lead on when I get him back to the fence, because I was gonna push him back to the fence, just energy and footwork wise. And I was
Have you
put
seen
lead on.
the stats of the fight?
No.
I mean, like, Dana's feedback looked greater than that you were on.
Yeah.
Total strikes, 32 over 56, 57% clip compared to his 18 over 34.
Oh wow.
Significant strikes, 26 out of 50 for you, 52% clip. Him, 15 out of 31, 48%. Takedowns, he didn't get any of the 3 he tried. And then your lateral drop.
My lateral draw. I made the mistake not faking first. I just went for it. I got excited. That was my mistake.
But I mean, by the numbers.
Yeah, but also one thing was the leg kicks. As soon as I started touching the leg, I was like, "Oh, this is easy." So I was like, every round I'm gonna throw at least 5 leg kicks,
just
touch
to
him,
touch it.
just
Yeah,
because
yeah,
later
yeah,
on
yeah.
I know
Invest.
I wanted
was
to
gonna
ask
be
you about
looking
that
the next day,
because
'cause-
like there's something that you're really really good at in a lot of your fights, how you start breaking people down, especially in the Costa fight. And
So
I kind of
that
saw
was-
that.
I
saw
went
this
back to
again.
that way.
Yes, I noticed that pattern. The way you started to break him down, he really didn't like it, and you could see when he tried to engage with the grappling, he was kind of confused. And when you went back out and you started throwing them leg kicks again, I was like, that's money. So what's your kind of like, what's your thought process behind that, and how is there anything special that you do to make it more effective than most people?
I don't know if Tuss want me to say this, but it's a code he calls 60-40, and it's the way you angle your body. That's all I'll say, because I know Twist, he'll get angry at me if I say too much. Hey, not for free.
Nothing for free. It's not,
you know?
nothing for free. We know the system.
Talk about in between rounds. What was the coach's advice?
Oh, no, you just say went back to speed, go back to speed, and it was on. My leg kicks, my jab. I started touching him at the end of round 1, and like again, when we're in there, like we can't lie. Like energy don't lie. So me and him knew like, okay, you're getting tired.
Talk about the difference in fight style. I mean, sometimes in your title defenses, you tend to be more, tentative, counter punch, wait for openings. But round 1, or like let's say Pereira 2 fight, you're going after him, or in this Imavov fight, round 1 you were going after him. Round 2, the bell went, bam, in there, leg kicks, going after him. Talk about that contrast of fighting styles that you have.
So for me, it's weird. It happened to Anderson Silva as well. Even John Jones, people forget it happened to John Jones with a certain few fights, later on in his reign, because you have the belt, and also when you have the belt, it's not just you. A lot of people eat when you win. So sometimes, example, the Raw Part 2 fight. After the first round, I told Eugene I'm gonna go after him. He's like, no, back to the game plan. And I was like, so then I went back to orthodox and went back to the game plan, and it was a little bit safe because we're going to catch him, but I wanted to go after him. But again, if I like today, like the last fight, if I go after someone and I get caught, that can happen. And then like we still eat, but it's like you don't have the belt and all that kind of stuff.
It's different, isn't it?
And I hate this fucking stupid thing of contender, Izzy, and I know it's like a fucking meme, but it has a little bit of truth to it. But now, like I said, I'm in a different place in my career now. Like I've already said fuck the belt, but look, with or without the belt, from now on till the end, it's because I know where I am in my career. Whenever I fight, I'm gonna go after people. I'm gonna go after people because also I want fucking cool highlights.
But that's what everyone wants to see, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you come up. Like likewise with you, if people want to know. People want to see what they know you for, and what your talents are, and where your abilities lie. Do you know what I mean?
And even the way you were sparring. I mean,
it was fun. Sparring, like those footages, man. I've watched some of them, like some of the rounds twice, because I'm like, fuck, I look good.
Man, when you did that training camp and back in my gym in New Jersey when you guys came in, man, that's when I asked myself, I was like, yo, why he's not going after people? Like after I saw how you were moving, what you were doing in training, I was like, yo, this guy can just demolish them in a round 1 and 2. Like I was wondering. Now you talking about this makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
But again, I want to look after my people. It's like it's not just me. A lot of people eat when I win. But look, even like I said to David the other day, like it was a bad night in the office, but it's not a bad life. And even though I fall with style.
Let's talk about the finishing sequence. So, I mean, round 2, you came out, back to it. I mean, touching on what I said about sparring again, in those rounds, when time on, beep, you're in there, leg kick, bap, bap, bap. Same way you started round 2 of this fight, and then the eye poke. And then what happened from there, from your point of view?
So for me, I maybe should have taken 20 seconds at least.
What was his demeanor in starting?
He was tired. He was tired. I knew he was
You were
tired.
feeling it, huh?
Yeah, I know. Like I said, me and him knew. I knew he was tired. I was fresh, and I knew I wasn't good. I worked so hard. My motto of this camp was chase the red on the heart rate. I was always chasing the red, no matter what. I was like, I must hit the red.
He doesn't work well like that either. Like when I've seen him in other fights, obviously knowing that you're fighting him, I was paying a bit more attention.
Yeah.
Seeing him other fights in any of the fight, he fades very quickly because you put so much because you put so much on him on the first round. I hear what you're saying. I'm looking at him and I was like, oh, he's already gone.
So I knew it was gonna be end of round 2 or round 3. I was gonna catch him. But yeah. So for me, I should have taken time. And again, I do not make excuses and I don't take anything away from him. He got me because I should have reset, but then I was like, okay, cool. When I was at the wrong distance because I was already, when you're in flow, you're in flow. And then the eye poke is like, oh, fuck, kind of stopped my flow. Okay, cool. Back on. But I should have just been about 6 inches, 8 inches back more. And then that way, when I switched stances, and again, he was smart enough. Oh, he's here. Boom, caught me.
Yeah.
And that was perfect. And it was the left hook on the fence that got me. That got me. And I was like, damn. But look, I've said this before, and I'll say it. This is real shit. Like, you beat me, it's like, bro, fair game. Thank you. That's it. And people think the thing is, they think we'll react the way they'd react.
They would react. Yes, 100%.
So for me, look, Pereira, when he knocked me out in Brazil, I was like, cool, fair game, boom. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to MMA now. Boom, became a massive success. And then he became Sharma. He started chasing me. And I'm like, bro, you beat me already. Why you keep fucking talking shit? Like, you can't fuck me for. And I keeps on talking shit. And I'm just like, oh, whatever. And for me, I used to get bullied as a kid. So I was like, I don't like bullies. And then when he tried to get me, then I got him. But now that's done easy. Look, Imavov beat me. People ask me, like, you should get a rematch. I was like, nah, I'm good. It's like, he beat me, fair game. If maybe one day something for the belt happens or whatever, he has a title and then there's a story there, cool. But right now, I'm like, I don't need to. Like, he beat me, fair game, that's it, cool. We move on.
Just before we move on from that, at what point did you realize, okay, you're tired? When was that?
When we broke away from the clinch and when I tried to trip him and he kind of...
In the first or second? It was
first round. So I went for a trip.
Oh, you felt him that early?
Yeah. Okay. Like, I went for a trip and then he stopped the trip. And then I thought, I'm going to stay in the pocket in case he throws it. I'm going to counter him. But then he just disengaged. And I was like, oh, no, you gone.
Did he feel strong?
That second one where I pulled him up, he felt strong. But I was like, I'm stronger. And I pulled him up. And then I could see he was like, oh, fuck.
That's what I said. I've never seen that kind of like, that kind of strength being implemented from your side.
Because I saw his back muscles when he was trying to take me down. I felt him like, because he had the boom,
He's
lock, fully locked.
Yeah, but that's what was more impressive when he was just...
He's got the wings as well. So I was like, oh, cool. And then from that point, I was like, even Drickus, like, I was strong. Oh, he's strong, but I felt like I was strong in the Drickus as well. But he's just stubborn. Imavov, when that second takedown when he tried, he knew it's like, okay, it's going to be a long night. And I was just going to cook him slowly. But again, he got me fair play and congrats.
And how do you feel about your performance?
Awesome. I wouldn't change a thing about this camp. I felt great. The next fight's going to be even better. I'm going to chase the red again. Do everything I did, sacrifice. Because look, my boy, I had a lot of time to think. Because my flatmate, one of my best friends, had a baby. He moved out to start his his family, and I was alone a lot. But the first 4 weeks, 5 weeks was a little bit like, because I was just used to being alone in the house. But then after that, I just became like locked in, like samurai. I was like, I used that solitude. You know that clip where Justin Gaethje goes like, sometimes I'm in the house like, hello. Because I'll send a voice note and I'd be like, oh shit, I've just spoken in like 2 hours. You know what I mean? So I was like, I have to redo the voice note to someone, whatever. But yeah, I just use the solitude and everything just to fire myself and fuel myself for this. And that's why now that I've finished the camp, had the fight, done well, I'm like, man, I'm just going to enjoy myself. Because I work hard and I play hard.
I'm glad that you, to hear that though, because so many times people do the correct things and don't get the result they want, and then they think, oh, that doesn't work.
They know, yeah.
And I'm like, no, to hear that you're doing the correct things, it didn't get what you wanted, but you know you're still on the correct path because some people just pay attention to the ending. It's like, no, what you did in that whole fight shows what your work was doing. So let's adjust a few more things, continue with that. Bro, I can already see it. I can already see it. Like the next one coming back.
Yeah, brilliant. And you know what Coach Ozzy said at the end of today's training sessions? You two just came out of a war. And here you are this week, already back to training.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how awesome today's training session was at the Palace Gym. And one thing I will say, the best part about it, as I was filming, was watching the brain blasts and the light bulbs. It literally happened
bars.
like 50
This guy just
times.
like bars.
It literally happened like 50 times.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I say this all the time. I love being a student of the game.
Amen.
And when you can tell when someone speaks sense. Like I've been in the game long enough to be like, oh, that guy's talking shit, bro. Like, and then I've seen your videos before, and I've always like I've been sent a couple, and I've sent a couple to some of my teammates, and then obviously algorithm, you keep popping up, and I'm seeing stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, and I go to my coach, and he's like, yeah, that's good. Like, yeah, we can do it like this. Like I've watched your stuff, and he's like, oh yeah. Ozzy says you can do some training. I was like, oh yeah, cool. But to meet you today and hear how you break things down, and I've said it to you a couple of times, but seriously, it's an art form at how you deliver information.
Awesome.
It really is. Like, I'm going to go from a personal experience it's completely random, but in primary school, I was very, I used to love maths. My maths teacher, I was in love with. Like, he was so on point, he made maths fun. I went to secondary school, and my maths grade just went and I've never recovered because he wasn't able to. I just didn't get a good energy from him, and two, he wasn't able to pass that information. He was knowledgeable, but he wasn't able to pass that information on, and therefore it ruined, a student.
Yeah. I've got a counter change for him now, and this is just, do you know how hard?
You're smart.
You can count to 5 now.
Good job, brother.
Thank you.
Good job.
It's because I articulate.
I know yesterday, yes.
No, but it seriously is important to have a coach that can really portray that message over to you. Because again, this game is obviously physically draining, but also can be frustrating to the mind. Because there's so many times you're trying to get something right, and if it's not, and we've got a few coaches, and sometimes our coach can be like drilling, man. I'm like, just not getting it. And then one of my other coaches like, just do that. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Like sometimes you just need to hear it slightly differently. But the way you deliver a message, I just feel like it's on every single time. Like, and it's, I have to say, just applaud to you, seriously.
Thank you.
And I'm coming back. I'm gonna enjoy doing some more work.
We're gonna have way more of
funny
this.
because when he was explaining things, it's just like everyone else. That's all we were saying.
How was it for you, Izzy?
No, like I said, bars. It was the first one where before I started training, we were sitting at the table, right?
Yeah.
And then you were dropping gems, and then when you brought up the fire, and then me and him just went, fire bending, and get money, and I was just like, I don't even know if you watch Avatar, right?
Yes.
So that's why. And I was like,
it just clicked.
Bro,
This is how much of a geek I am. When you said Zuko, before you explained that everything, I was already
We
there.
knew what's up. We knew what's up.
Yeah, that makes sense. You could have stopped there for me. I was good.
But literally, the way you were just explaining it, it was just like, I see. Like when you talked about wrestling's like earth, striking's like fire, bro. Like that's a bar.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And the way you explain, I'm not even gonna do it a disservice because it just made sense. Yeah. And like Eugene, sometimes with certain things, when he was trying to teach me this is years ago, he was trying to teach me an offbeat jab, how to like offbeat. And then maybe I wasn't getting it, like, and then there was something he just said like the 10th time in a different way, and then boom, light bulb. And that's the mark of a great coach, is able to like, okay,
adjust.
It's art. So and art is subjective. So when you have a student, find what works for them and make it click.
Nice. And before we continue, special shout out to Sheikh, Maktoum, and Sheikh Rashid. I mean,
shukran.
The hospitality.
Every time, whenever I'm in these parts of the world, honestly, the thing is, when we're in these parts of the world, the way they look after us, the hospitality is crazy.
It's unbelievable.
And the
people from these parts, the village people. You know what I mean? They understand
the tribal lifestyle. Yes,
they know how to. It takes a village.
Yes.
So they know how to host.
Yes.
They know
It's
how
not
to
even
host.
that. It's not even that. Like people think, royal family. This it sounds so grand, but these are the most down to earth people.
Bro,
So
down to
normal.
earth.
So we just got along like
And getting involved as well.
It's not no pinkies up.
Yeah,
type thing.
yeah.
Like it's just their regular dude.
And when I come to these parts of the world or anywhere else, they treat me, like this, and I'll return the favor as well whenever they come to my country.
You go where you're appreciated.
Amen,
what
brother.
I'm saying?
And I tell them, look, I'm not local, I'm global.
That's it.
Thank you so much, brothers.
Yeah,
We
shukran,
really
shukran.
appreciate everything. Shukran.
Saily is a new eSIM service app brought to you by Nord Security. Choose from several affordable eSIM plans that's growing in a number of countries and regions. With a Saily eSIM, you'll always have a connection when needed. Just touch back down home. And while I was away, my data plan was ridiculous. I couldn't even get data in Saudi Arabia with my regular provider. So shout out to Saily because I actually got Saily. And look, I still even have data left. Yeah, I got plenty more to go. I barely even scratched the surface. So it's more bang for your buck. My regular provider charged me $54 for 200 megabytes, and I had to do that 4 times. Before I realized, oh, that's right, I have Saily. So yeah, saved my life. With Saily, a eSIM can be installed only once, eliminating the need for users to install a new eSIM for each country. Yeah, it cuts down the price. Like I said, 200 megabytes for $54, and I did that 4 times. So with Saily, you slash the prices on the roaming fees completely. Yeah, so Saily is available in over 180 countries. They have 24/7 support, real people, real service. And you get a full refund if your device isn't eSIM compatible. Get an exclusive 15% discount on eSIM data plans. Download the Saily app and use the code Stylebender at the checkout, or you can scan the QR code on the screen right now and get started today.
Hey guys, what's up? Izzy here. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoy this video.